Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is now Monday 11/14 at October 25th. Not at October 25th, on October 25th. We just got back, or not just, about 4 o'clock this morning. We got back from the Ironman GNCC. Amazing race, ended up second, which is pretty sweet, can't lie. But yeah, second in class, 43rd overall out of like 511 or something like that. So first national race on the 450, can't complain too much. But yeah, this is going to be a cleaning vlog, maybe maintenance. I haven't quite decided that yet, whether I'm going to show the maintenance I do after a race, you know, air filter, oil, cleaning the radiator, all that stuff. I haven't quite decided whether I'm going to put this in there yet or not. Depends how much time-lapse footage I get from cleaning. So with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next clip. Alright, just giving you guys a quick little rundown on the quad before I get started cleaning it. Obviously, it is not that muddy. This is because at the racetrack, they had hoses and stuff that you could wash your bike off with. So obviously, I took full advantage of that because we sleep in our trailer. So let's start in the trailer. Happy mom. So there you go. Here's the aftermath of what I just didn't get off from the hoses. So yeah, got the time lapse set up over there. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Ihaksi. 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 Ihaksi.
Alright, so real quick, this is where I'm leaving off for now. It's pretty clean. Still got to take the rims, tires off, and do that stuff. Afterwards, got to clean the radiator. I'm missing this bolt right here, and I'm missing the shroud bolt right here. No clue where they went, but yeah. So that's left on the quad, and then I got my gear and plastics and seat to wash. So after that, we'll be good. But my dad might do that while I'm at my chiropractor appointment. That's where I'm going to run now. So if he does that while I'm there, then you guys will just check it out next weekend. But yeah, I'll see y'all then. Alright, so back from my chiropractor. Gonna knock these out real quick. Put this on the stand, get the rims and tires off, and get those cleaned up, and then knock out these plastics. My dad's about to come out, so you guys will see him. And yeah, I'm still really pissed about these bolts right here. But here, let's pop off this radiator cap, see if we lost any fluid this race. Oh, nope, we're still tip-top at the very top. That's sweet. That is really exciting, because me and my dad both thought that I was overheating. So that is sweet. Still gonna take that out, clean it, and get it all ready to go. So let's get you guys back in the GoPro.
Ihaksi. Ihaksi.
Okay, so those of you watching this as a tutorial, don't know if many of you guys are, but so what we just did is in the blue, you guys can't see it because the focus is in that part, but in that little clear thing with the blue liquid, we took this bolt out, to drain it, and you have to take the radiator cap off, of course, for the vacuum seal to go, so it'll all drain into whatever bin you have it in. And you take off this hose, you take off that bolt right there, same one on the other side, you take that out down there, same way on the other side, and then the radiator should pop out, and you got to take the hose over there, and then you clean it, take off the fan, of course, and
your electrical connectors over here.
Yep, your electrical connectors over here. You got two. I'm assuming they're your temperature gauges, and so you got those over there. And yeah, that's about it. And then we soak ours in our kitchen sink with mixed with Dawn, and I can maybe show you guys a little bit of that. And I mean, you could also run it through a garden hose, which we do afterwards. And that bolt just dropped. Not bolt. It wasn't rocks. It was like these things.
Okay, yeah. They go back in there.
So these will go. Where do these go? They go in these little.
Guys.
I forget what they're called. They have a specific name for them, but
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so that's your radiator. You're just gonna take that, put it in, soak it, or if you don't have anything to soak it in, you can just put some Formula 88 and such on it, or in it, and then rinse it out with the garden hose. Obviously, you don't want to use your pressure washer. You want to be very careful whenever you're pressure washing your bike so that you do not bend the fins on it. But we're just going to take off the fan real quick and get it stuffed in the kitchen sink, and then that's about it for the radiator. Alright, so time to put the radiator back in. Goes in same way it came out. 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. And then it bolts up in the quad, which I will show you guys once I get it back in there. Alright, so now that you got everything bolted back up, you're going to take off your cap. Pretty self-explanatory. And then you're going to fill it all the way to the top. And then once you get it filled up to the top, you're going to want to squeeze these lines a couple times, pump out some air, fill it up to the top again, and then start the bike, let it run for a few seconds, and if it needs to be topped off, top it off, put the cap back on, and you're ready to rock. Alright, what is going on, ladies and gents? It's a couple days later, and alright, had to make sure everything was on the correct setting. It's a couple days later, and gonna start getting ready for the FTR this weekend. I am gonna change the oil and clean air filters, but my GoPro is dead, so there will be no time lapse. I may just film myself on this. Maybe speed it up a little bit in post, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe cut some stuff out. Maybe not even film some stuff at all. But yeah, going to get this bike started up so you know we can get the oil moving around and such. But yeah, then we're gonna move it up there, and yeah, so that's it. So now we're going to let it sit for a few minutes, and then we're going to turn that on. And obviously, water did not drain all the way out of these nets and stuff because there is water. Yeah, it's just water. I don't know. But yep, going to let it sit for a few minutes, let the oil pull down to the bottom of the motor and then get this oil drained. And in the meantime, I'm going to wash some air filters, so you can watch me do that over there. Alright, so we just clean our air filters with gas and Dawn. I know other people clean theirs with like the specific cleaner, but we've never had any issues with gas. I know plenty of racers that clean theirs with gas and Dawn. The biggest thing with cleaning it with gas is you just want to make sure you clean it. You want to make sure you get all of the gas out. Make sure you get all of it out. Make sure you get all of the Dawn out, because obviously that can affect your ride. So yeah, I'm going to do one full. We run the Pro Design, so it's got the inner and outer. I've got two full things that I got to clean, so I'll show you one of them. Obviously, there's no really reason to show you both, especially since it's not time-lapse. So let me make sure this is
all in frame. So I usually just go like this. Oh, no, not like that. But just pour some gas on them. Do a little circle with it. Try not to get it in the dirt below, but obviously I'm failing at that one right now. There you go. Not too much, just enough. A little bit on the top. Obviously, I'm not doing a very good job right now, but this will just get... I've noticed that it helps a lot with the staining and stuff on there. So you just want to get it pretty clean. I mean, you don't have to get it perfect with this stuff, but just get it as clean as you can. And then with the Dawn, it'll come through and knock everything else out, or at least it should. So let me pour a little bit more on. Like I said, I mean, you don't want to pour gallons on there, but obviously get enough on there. Make sure you get the inside too. And then look at all that black dirt coming out. You can see it's much better already. You still got a little bit of staining, but now I'm going to come over here. And you want to squeeze it. You want to squeeze it like that. You don't want to twist. Twisting is going to cause it to tear and rip, but if you bunch it and squeeze, it should not rip. You do not want to twist it. That will cause it to rip. That is a guarantee. If you take anything away from this video, do not squeeze, or do not twist. So we're just going to lather it up in some Dawn, stick it underneath the water, so we can get it sudsing up, and we're just going to repeat the same process. Lather it all up, and for this I usually flip it inside out. Make sure I get the other side all clean. Flip it back to outside in. No, what's the correct term for that? Let me know in the comments. Inside out. Right side out? I guess right side out? I'm not sure. So we got it all lathered up. And you can kind of see some of it. Yep, you see that dark gray bubbles coming out. And then we're going to take it back over to the hose. Try and get some more suds out. We're going to take it back over to the hose. And just do the same thing. Just spin it around some. Pull out any big pieces. Like there's some grass somehow on the inside. Don't know how that got in there. But you're just going to want to pull that stuff out. Put it to the side. Obviously you don't want that stuff going into your motor. So yeah, you guys see there's no more suds coming out, and it's all clean now. So you're gonna go like this a couple times, get some of the big water out. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So obviously this is for a YFZ450R, but 99% of the filters are gonna get clean the same way. Or 99% of your foam filters are going to get clean the same way. So yeah, I'm just going to put this in a spot and let it start drying. But for now, I will catch you guys in the next clip, probably whenever I am draining the oil out of that bike.
Alright, so some of you may... Oops. Some of you may, or you may not know. If you're on a Yamaha, you know, but if not, then there's a drain bolt down there, where my finger is, right there. And there's a drain bolt up underneath, right there, but of course the camera doesn't want to focus on it. So I usually drain this front one first.
So now we're going to scoot our drain pan forward. And... oh, that's why my socket was getting... alright, and there she goes. Alright, so you want to make sure that you have that copper washer there. You want to make sure that comes off with it. So let me wipe my hands off on my shirt, of course. And now we're going to... I always stick a rag on this one, because this one seems to pull in the skid plate more than the other one does. So we start to loosen this one up. This one I can usually get with the socket. The other one I have to use my hand. See, like this one, the copper washer almost fell into the pan, and you do not want that. And these, I believe, are in fact different, maybe. So I just leave one up front, and I leave the other one on the back, just to play it safe, just in case. See, this one's already starting to pull in the pan. And you can also, I've seen people do it before, I don't do it that much, but you can crack the dipstick and it'll make it drain a tad bit faster. But that's about the gist of it. This front one's already done. It's just dripping. Usually I have to spray these off, but this one's actually very clean. So this can go right back into... looks like we're going fishing, boys and girls. But it does look like both are done. So this one, I'm going to add back, and of course you do not want to tighten these down too much. So obviously they are very important bolts on your quad. And look at that. Stick the rag underneath, just like that. And then your skid plate is clean. Now for this bolt, I'm going to do the fun part and fish for it. There it is. I found it. And, yep. So guys, don't copy me when it comes to that step, because you do not want to have to fish through your drain pan to find this bolt. And with that, I'm going to wipe this copper washer down and wipe this bolt down, especially the head. And what I'm going to do, so that does not happen again, I'm going to move the drain bolt, or move the drain pan. Let's see, can I get it this time, or do I need to... dang it, it looks like. Alright, so I got it this time. I'm just going to thread it in by hand for right now. Come on, come on. Got to love these. Okay, so it's up there. Now we're just going to do the same thing on this side. You do not want to over tighten these one bit. You do not want to over tighten them. That is very bad. So, yep, that is going to be this part. Now, onto the filling part.
Alright, so I usually add about a quart and a quarter at first, and then I usually run the bike and see where it's at from there. But obviously I just cleaned all my air filters, so I do not have any air filter left to run the bike and see where it's at. So right now I'm just going to add 1 1/4 quarts and see, and just leave it until I can get a fresh air filter in. So while that all drains out, we run Maxima 20W50 Pro Plus. This is the best oil for any of these bikes. I've also heard Thumper is another good oil, but a lot of your pros run this Maxima Pro Plus. It is what we have, and it's what we ran on our Raptor 250s. It's what we're gonna run on this bike. A lot of people run Rotella, the diesel oil. We do not run that anymore. We ran it up until they changed the compound of it. It used to be a very good oil, a very cheap but effective and good oil, until they changed the compound of it. Once they changed the compound, it became a very bad oil to use. I mean, if that's all you have, then I'm sure it can get you by, but the preferred stuff is Maxima and Thumper, from what I can gather. Like I said, Rotella could probably get you by in a pinch, but we definitely recommend Maxima. We've had great results from it. I'm sure you saw the oil come out. That was 2 races on it, and it still had pretty good color to it. So yeah, I mean, oil is very important on the Yamahas, because as you can see, I'm only filling it in one spot, so it shares the oil. Both sides of the motor share oil, unlike your Hondas. So it is very important to run your run good oil in these Yamaha bikes. So this should be done draining. Going to pop this out, and let's check. Obviously, this is not a good representation of where your oil is actually at, but right now it is sitting about in the middle between full and medium. So I'm going to toss the dipstick back on, leave it for now, and okay, why is the dipstick being such a pain? Let's see. That is not good for the dipstick to be like that. That means that dirt is somewhere in there, and of course I do not have a rag. Alright, well, I do not feel any dirt. I do not see any dirt. So I am not sure. Let's try this again. Let's see. I don't know. It's going in way easier this time. So I'm not sure. That was weird. But yep, dipstick's in. Like I said, usually I would start it up and see where it's at, but obviously no air filter in the bike. So let me flip this around. That is going to do it for this episode of prep, and we're prepping for the Florida Trail Riders race this weekend. October, I don't have my phone. Oh, yes I do. Let's see. It's Wednesday, October 27th, so that means that this race is going to be on the, what did I say it was, the 27th? Yep, so 28th, 29th. My race is going to be on the 30th. So October 30th, Halloween weekend. Let's see if we can get it done again this race. Thanks to all my amazing sponsors, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the deal, and I will see you then.